This is 35mm memories, an actual 35mm film. This was taken outside of a bar in London. I thought it was cool. Happy hour, 5 p.m. Just bars are overpacked and they pour onto the streets. This was taken in Burma. We actually climbed to the top of one of the temples and watched the sunrise over all the other temples. This is Bangla Road in Phuket, Thailand. If you've ever been, you know how crazy it is. This was taken in the mountains of Vietnam, specifically Dalat. I love it because you get to just see the nature of Vietnam, which is motorcycles everywhere. This was taken at a bus stop in Hong Kong. I was actually on my way to a hike, and a homeless man stopped me and he asked me where I was from, and I told him, and he just kind of replied and was like, wow, you're really lucky to be traveling, and I never forgot that. This was actually a part of that hike. This was taken in Vietnam. I thought it was pretty crazy that they were transferring motorcycles on that boat. This was taken at the airport in Japan. I was leaving and the security guard wanted me to take a photo with my film camera to make sure there's no contraband in the film roll. So I took it of him and he was pretty surprised. This is in Central Park. I love it because it actually captured the moment when you see the baseball hitting the bat. This photo actually reminds me of the day I accepted death. And I'm not being dramatic. I was climbing up the Great Wall of China on a part that was complete rubble. I had to vertically climb this. It was not fun. This was the second tallest building in Shenzhen. The one that you see all the way in the back is the tallest. A group of friends and I just walked into the building, caught a random elevator upstairs, and walked out to the view, and we got kicked out. This was the view from the living room of my first apartment in Atlanta, and this was the view from my bedroom. I'll never forget it. This is in Warsaw, Poland. There was a symphony playing Beethoven in the middle of the square, and honestly, it just felt like a movie walking around. I was about to get a roll of film developed when I realized I had one more photo to take on my camera, and so I walked outside the photo store and I snapped this. This was actually a motorcycle that I used to travel through Vietnam. I actually ran out of gas at one point exactly at this location, and honestly, I couldn't be mad. It was a pretty nice view. In Berlin, when I was with a group of friends, we got out at Alexanderplatz, which is the center of the city, and there was just protests going on, and although there was cops everywhere, it was a pretty peaceful protest. It was actually from a restaurant in Hong Kong that my friends and I would go to on the weekends, and for $6 you got unlimited beer and unlimited food. It was pretty questionable though. This was taken on top of a helicopter pad in Malaysia. It converts into a bar in Kuala Lumpur. I love this photo because, it really captures the spirit of Rio, and there's nothing better than the beach and football. This was on a layover flight in Boston. I left the airport just to go see Fenway, although I hate the Red Sox. I've always wanted to see it. This was also taken in Berlin. We realized at the park people were having a rave, so we joined. I was actually walking around Hanoi, and when I looked up and I saw this old man on his balcony, just the colors, and he was looking right at my camera. I took this in Thailand, at Railay Beach. It was a gorgeous, secluded area. There was hardly anybody there. When I went to Kyoto, the leaves were changing, and this was probably one of the most magical places I've ever been to. This was my first day in Moscow. That is Moscow State University. They were playing at FanFest, the Spain and Portugal game, around thousands of other people. It was pretty wild. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, these were all taken on actual 35mm film and on multiple different cameras. Peace out.